views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the hosts and guests. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Moms for Justice with Carolyn and Jocelyn. How are you guys? How are you, Jocelyn?
Good. How are you? It's been a little bit.
It has been a while, and you've been missed. You have.
Oh, I've been busy. Thank you. I missed this, so I'm glad we're back to it.
Yes, definitely. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? We've got Rich and Clarissa on tonight moderating for us.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so
Very nice.
much.
Thank you.
So I wanted to say that there's breaking news out yesterday, October 2nd. The children's book author, Kouri Richins, she is seeking jail release after the star witness recants the claim that he provided fentanyl used to kill her husband. So That is like the latest news out of yesterday. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But because we have never discussed this case, we're going to go through it tonight. And I got it all mapped out for everybody. And hopefully you guys, how many people here know already about the Kouri Richins case? I'm curious.
It's again, another case of just divorce him.
I know, right?
Just divorce him.
And I'm starting to think that maybe I prefer to cover women. I don't know. It's Adelson, Courtney Clenny, Kouri Richins. It's
but I did find out that he was. If they did divorce, she wouldn't have gotten a big settlement. So that was I guess they had a prenup or something. So apparently he was worth more dead. So.
And that is part of the story that we're going to go over tonight. We do have a super chat here from Peter. Hi, thank you so much, Peter.
Oh, thank you, Peter.
If you have any comments or a question, make sure you put the big QQQ in front so that we know. Okay, so let's get started. So it was interesting to finally cover something different than Donna and Wendy Adelson. And I'm
they're
it's
juicy
refreshing.
Regardless. Yeah,
they are juicy regardless.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, it's kind of refreshing to take the little breaks in between, while we're all waiting to see what's going to go on with her. We're all waiting for Wendy Adelson to get arrested, maybe. But I guess that remains to be seen, right, guys? So we'll start with Eric Richins. So Eric was a successful stoneman mason who owned C&E Masonry. He had very strong community ties, and he coached his son's soccer teams. He had a reputation as a really great family man.
Great father.
And then on the flip side, you got Kouri Richins, and she started out working in retail at Home Depot. It is apparently where they first met. But in earlier years, she just did housekeeping, cleaning jobs, things like that. Friends have described her as very beautiful and bubbly. And Eric reportedly noticed that Kouri and her friends encouraged him to talk to her first. Her friends came to him and was like, oh, you should go talk to her, kind of a thing, right?
Yeah. The coworkers. That's
right.
what I heard. The coworkers are
coworkers, friends is what I have here in my notes. Yeah. But the story goes that they began dating, and then they got really, really close. So anyway, their wedding date, they were married on June 15th in their backyard in Utah. And on the same day, they signed a prenuptial agreement. This prenup stipulated that in the event of a divorce, Kouri would have no claim to Eric's business interests or further income, except in the event of his death. Okay. Right.
Not for nothing. You could always, honestly, they say if you're going to have a prenup, it should really be 1 year before the wedding date, because you could always turn around and be like, I was under distress. Like it was my wedding day. I had to sign it. What was I going to do? You know what I mean? So she could have fought it.
And you know what? I'm going to pause right here because I wanted to explore reasons why a prenup could damage a marriage right from the start. Right?
I agree. Yeah.
So, I mean, go ahead and chime in if you want to, and then I made like a little list of things that I thought were.
Well, I kind of think it's kind of funny in this sense, like, you know, he made himself worth more dead by putting the prenup.
He did.
Like he should have just said, I mean, I think his lawyer should have been smarter and said she gets nothing unless you reach, you know, at 10-year mark, she'll get 10% or 15 mark, you know, when they get to 15 years of marriage, there should be some money back to her for investment, you know, because she did, I mean, whether they were married for 7 years or, you know, 12 years, she did invest 7 years of her life. They did have a life together. She should receive money for that. Yeah. You know,
and you know what? Like, talk about taking the sexy out of the marriage right from the get-go, right?
Right.
I mean, for the woman, I would think that would be like something you can't get over, that it would nag at you. Even if for like a hot minute you agree to it, there are a lot of women out there that would like constantly, that would run through their mind every night, and they would start to maybe get more mad and more upset. I don't know. What do you guys all think?
I mean, especially that he's becoming, especially that his worth is more every year that they're together because his business grew. So all that time, like, you know, you were there, you know, being in this marriage, you guys are supporting each other. And then to know if you ever divorce him, you get nothing out of all those years that you helped him grow this business together.
Right.
Like I just don't think it was right. And she definitely could have said that while I was under distress. I had to sign. I didn't think of these things.
Yeah.
You know,
now it's important to note that the driving force behind this prenup was his entire family, because he was in business with his brother, and the mother made sure that she signed this prenup. Do you know what I mean? Like, the mother gave it to her, like, literally that day, I believe, on her wedding.
Proves my case.
Exactly. And the thing is that he had a little bit of wealth going. You know, he had a successful business. He also shared it with his brother. So I can kind of understand that too, because you don't want, if God forbid something happens between the two of them, you don't want her coming after the brother's money either. So I can see why they would want to protect it. Do you know what I mean?
But then put in there a stipulation that he would have to buy her out. You know, maybe at a smaller portion. I mean, you know, there's ways of getting around it.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, at least throw her a bone, right? Throw her a bone. And, you know, he gave her, like, he was just nothing or death. That's it. So, you know, but here's the thing though. I thought about this. I was like really like deep thinking about it. And I thought to myself, you know, a prenup can already set up a marriage to fail because of all these feelings and animosity and, you know, again, taking the sexy out of the marriage. I mean, how does anybody want to, like, I don't know.
You know, I understand why people of wealth or who have, you know, a lot that they're putting up there for that they would have to share if they did divorce. I can understand that. Mm-hmm. You know, who is she to take half my wealth when she just entered my life? And, you know, look how long it took, because he came from wealth. So his family had money. So, you know, his family worked all those years to be able to give the money to him, right? So I understand that to a certain point. But again, putting in the stipulation where she would get money back for every year that they're together, you know what I mean? Because again, at that point after their marriage, she's helping them grow the business, you know, by supporting him, by being there for him, you know, so I just think when you make it like so cut and dry like that, I think he was setting it up. He was setting it up.
Yeah, but then as a result, you know, you don't make your wife feel like she is important. And it feels like a business contract. It feels cold and just, But then again, we learn a lot about her later, and maybe he knew I mean, I'm a firm believer that you know the person you're dating or you're married to. Like you know your guy, okay? Or you know your girl, right, guys? Because obviously he had a reason, maybe other personal reasons, you know, that he was seeing signs from her that maybe she wasn't so sure, maybe didn't trust her so much. I don't know.
I think just because you said his mom really wanted her to sign it, I bet it was really the family that wanted it, not really so much him. But
Yeah.
as a married couple, and the longer the years you're married, I feel like you have to have this song and dance. You have to learn to grow together,
Yeah.
and also to grow individually. And
Yeah.
as every like decade of your lives that you're together there's something different in your lives. You go from like the baby stage to the child stage to like, to the young
Sure.
adult and they're just different stages. And with that is a different relationship. And you just have to learn to grow your relationship in the direction together. It's hard. And that's why marriages are unfortunately 52% divorce rate now. So
Yeah.
because everybody's a me factor. But that's a whole
Not
other story.
good. Not good.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the outside, their life looks like picture perfect. They've got overseas vacations. They've got large homes. There's renovations. I'll go into her line of work in a second. Social media posts all the time about family life, and hey, everybody here, listen to me carefully. Don't think for a second that all your friends that are on Facebook or Instagram, that they're happy, oh, my life is wonderful and I'm in Disney and I'm, kissy, pictures with let me tell you something. That is all BS. Most people, they're not sharing the truth. They're not. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Unless you're me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, we all have our problems. I mean, I will say I have a really good, solid marriage, but I just want to say that there are a lot of people out there, the ones that shove it in your face, like the FOMO people, fear of missing out people.
Makes you want to think. Yeah, you should
Right.
think about those people. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's like every other day, look at what we're doing and all that. They're full of crap, those people.
Although I have to say my husband posts the food he eats every day.
I'm a food poster too.
Okay. Oh, are you? Okay. So
I love it.
He does not brown bag his food because of his line of business. So he's always constantly out, and sometimes he'll even grow it, to wherever he's at, and it's always like unique places. Anyway, yeah. He posts all the time.
Yeah,
I don't.
But you have a great marriage, so. But next time I see him, I'm gonna be like, you're full of crap. Anyway. So Eric's family is, and I really want to do a deep dive into his family because I think there's a lot more there that I don't know about yet, and it's like really super interesting. But anyway, what I do know about his family is that they never fully accepted Kouri. Okay, so they didn't really like her. A friend said that that they wanted to believe Eric was perfect in every way. That they I'm sure she's one of those mothers. I don't know for sure yet. I'll look into it. But the impression I'm getting is she's one of those mothers where nobody is good enough for her son.
Yeah.
But she is a witch, I think. So maybe the mother was picking up on that early. But okay.
Oh, I thought you meant the mother was a witch. I'm like,
oh, no. Kouri.
Kouri.
Yeah, I think
okay.
Kouri is a witch. Yeah.
Okay.
So okay. So in a message Kouri later sent to investigators, she claimed Eric wanted that traditional arrangement, wife as homemaker, mother, homemaking role, while she felt she needed to do more. Now I find that interesting because to me a traditional role would not have a traditional marriage would not have a prenup in it.
Okay.
You marry for life. I take care of you no matter what. That's not to get a prenup is not a traditional thing to do. That's very much the opposite.
Yeah. Right. Again, I feel like that was his family forcing him to do it. So I think those weren't his. I think that wasn't his idea. So his idea was probably really just for her to be a traditional wife.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just doing some housekeeping here and going through all my notes, and then we'll get to the nitty gritty of the story. But so it's important to know the life insurance financial context of this. Okay, so Eric originally had Kouri as his primary beneficiary, but switched the beneficiary to his sister, Kouri Richins Benson. Okay? Eric also had a business life insurance policy with his business partner, buy-sell agreement to cover his death. And then at one point, someone logged into the policy and actually tried to switch the beneficiary from the business partner to Kouri at one point. The insurer then alerted them and it was switched back. And Eric never discussed this with Kouri, ever. So he's dead now and never had a shot to do that. So it's important to keep that in mind. Right. Okay, so her deal with finances. Okay, so she was on these real estate ventures. She was into the whole buying and flipping of homes. And she was really struggling with that, big time. She wanted to buy also a multi-million-dollar mansion, which Eric did not want her to buy.
Right.
Okay. The divorce would have left her with less under the prenup, and his death would have obviously left her more. Eric's sisters, Katie and Amy, later testified about them having these tensions with their finances. Then by early 2022, prosecutors say that Kouri's real estate business was upside down. She owed $1.8 million the day Eric died, and then nearly $5 million the day after, and that's because she had acquired that mansion.
Right.
Okay. She had a monthly debt service of over $250,000 on hard money loans and a planned $2.9 million mansion closing set for the day he died. Separate filings also said she had a negative bank balance. She was sued by a creditor. And then years later, she had unauthorized withdrawals and charges that they had later found out from Eric's accounts from when he was alive. There are also allegations of a forged $250,000 loan, attempts to change the life insurance beneficiary, and then new financial crime charges that were filed just June of this year. So, but, before his death, creates a trust and changes his will so that Kouri is cut out of it pretty bad. It designated his sister.
The one thing I found out was that she spoke to her lenders for an hour, supposedly an hour.
Okay.
The day of his death. So I guess she was rounding, and she also spoke to FBI because she owed $10,095 unpaid tax from her realtor business.
Wow.
So she was on the phone with the IRS for an hour that same day too. So she was tallying and realizing, it's got to go down tonight.
She was in a terrible amount of debt.
Yeah.
So in late 2020, he reworked his whole estate plan, including the removing of Kouri, on a $500,000 life insurance policy, naming Katie, sister Katie, in control. Also, she took life insurance out on her children. And Eric's sister Amy told the judge that when she had taken the policy out on the kids, that she feared for the children's safety. And that's part of the reason why she didn't get bond. Okay, so let's move to the poisoning attempts.
Well, I also found out that she also opened up various insurance for him,
Right.
signed his name, but
Right.
it actually
Forging.
equivalent to right. It actually came out to, and they called it secret policies, $1.5 million.
Isn't that part of the amount? Oh, no. Maybe I don't have that here. Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, so
Okay.
she accrued a couple of life policies, and they all, there was a bunch of like
Yeah.
500, 250, small policies that you can get away with by you just signing them. You know what I mean?
What?
It wasn't a deep dive, like didn't need insure. You didn't have to go to the health doctor to get passed or whatever. So it came out to 1.5 million. So after his death, she did receive 1.5 million.
What a sad person. Money grubbing, sad person. I mean, money is like the root of all evil. It really is. So, okay, the Valentine's Day sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Eric became violently ill after eating a sandwich prepared by Kouri. He wanted to go to the hospital, but Kouri told him to just take a nap. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh. I know he's not with us anymore, but you know what? You got serious problems if your husband cannot trust you to feed him without him getting sick. I mean, I
Well,
cannot.
he did trust her. He did trust her.
No, I'm saying like you look back at things like this and it's like there are women out there that you can't even trust. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he trusted her. Obviously, he trusted her. Well, I think there was a part of him that was, well, we know that he ends up saying to his family that if something happens to me, it's her.
Yeah, right.
But then they take a trip to Greece, and Eric nearly dies again after another reaction to something Kouri allegedly prepares. Okay.
Well, actually, I heard that what he received, because she ordered a round of cocktails, because they were there with a bunch of friends. So I heard that she ordered a round of cocktails, and she told them not to add, I'm just going to say coconut or whatever, because I can't remember exactly what it was, but so apparently he's allergic to it.
Okay.
So he had a reaction to the drink, and she chalked it up to, well, I told him not to add that yada yada to the drinks, and that the bartender did.
Right.
And so thankfully he had his EpiPen on him, so he just
What?
But that was the first time. And then it was the Valentine's love sandwich.
I think the love sandwich is before Greece, or maybe do you have it? Do you know which order that was in?
I do know that the sandwich was February 14th of 2022. So I don't know when the trip was. I thought the trip was before that. I could be wrong, of course.
All right. It could be.
Yeah.
I don't have the date here of the Greece trip. So, okay. So then they find, and this is all like, evidence has come out that's telling the story prior so that we understand. But there are text messages that come out between Kouri and a Carmen Lauber, her alleged housekeeper. And this is not a personal housekeeper. This is like the cleaning lady for your house flippings. Okay.
Right.
But she also happens to be a fentanyl supplier, the drug fentanyl. But she actually dealt other drugs as well. Like she would give you other things too. She was a candy store, this girl.
Yeah. I'm sure if you deal fentanyl, you're not going to be like, I'm not going to do those other ones. I'm just going to stick to this.
Okay. Yeah. Well, in these text messages, the text messages actually show her asking for fentanyl around these times, that correlate with the trip to Greece, that correlate with the sandwich, and ultimately the day he died. So, and then after he survived the sandwich, she sent a text message to him saying, I need more. Carmen Lauber. So, all right. So, which brings me now to the date of his death. So on March 4th, Kouri admits that she made him a Moscow Mule cocktail. If anybody doesn't know what that is, it's a mixed drink made with vodka, ginger beer, and lime juice. And it's traditionally served in one of those really nice, shiny copper mugs.
Yes.
The kind that are like, to me, by the way, side note, this is a womanly thing, but anytime I see the copper, like cups or copper ladle or anything, I absolutely love them. But who wants to buy them? You can't microwave them because you'll blow up your whole house. But I'm they're so beautiful, right? But like, they're really not practical to be used.
Well, you can use it for a drink. You can use it for your Moscow Mule.
I know, but I'm a reheater girl.
Oh, like, you can't heat up a drink. Heat up a Moscow Mule. It's cold. It's a liquid drink.
You're right. But like, I think of mug, and I don't think of cold drinks. I think of coffee. Are you not allowed to put people don't put coffee in those copper cups?
No, you know why you wouldn't? Because when you hold it, it's so hot. Like if you use a metal cup, it's hot.
Okay, all right.
And you can't even like hold it like you can't like this. You can't even hold. When you drink, you hold your coffee. Sometimes you hold it.
Yeah. All right, I have to put this up because it reminds me of Surviving the Survivor channel, Surviving the Sandwich. You probably were not, Sub Rosa, you were probably not even thinking of Surviving the Survivor, but I immediately thought of Surviving the Survivor, the channel, and Surviving the Sandwich. That's a good name for a podcast, Surviving the Sandwich. Surviving the Sandwich podcast. All right, that'd be a good one for like, if you're like want to share recipes or something. You know what I mean? If you were like a cook and you were
it's a
sharing
good slogan.
recipes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
anyway, she gives him the Moscow Mule. And she was the last person to see him alive and the last to prepare something for him, which is the Moscow Mule. I can't even say it right. She calls 911 when Eric is unresponsive and cold to the touch. And the paramedics couldn't revive him. So he was pronounced dead. The cause of death, fentanyl, that's the biggest moment. Go ahead.
She said that she went to go lay down with her son.
Yeah, I just didn't include that. I'm just...
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't say what she did in between or anything. I just said she eventually calls 911, unresponsive, and then the medical examiner does confirm cause of death, fentanyl intoxication, 5 times the lethal dose. 5 times. So when she asked, she sent whatever her name is, when Carmen, the text message, I need more, she really got more. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She said she wanted Michael Jackson dose. A Michael Jackson dose is what she wrote on her text message. Did she
really write that? That part I didn't see. Oh my gosh.
Which is kind of stupid because really Michael Jackson died of propanol overdose, not fentanyl. But she just meant like, I need him to be dead. I need him to,
Yeah. That Michael Jackson was the anesthesia drug.
Guy.
Propofol. That's a really good case, by the way. That
Yeah.
trial is amazing. All right. So, and don't forget, she closes on the mansion that Eric was opposed to buying. So she also hires a locksmith to break into Eric's safe. And then the prosecution claims that the safe may have contained a large sum of cash, up somewhere between like 100 to 160,000. And Eric's sister Amy shows up and is objecting to this, telling Kouri she did not have the authority to open it. Now, at this moment, she doesn't realize that the beneficiary was changed. So she's like over there like, I'm going to get in the safe and get what I want. And Amy's like, oh, no, you're not. She's objecting and saying that that she doesn't have any authority to do so based on the trust and estate. So, but then Amy says that she tells her to leave and she's screaming at her. And then she allegedly punches Amy in the face and neck. So she got crazy. She went cray-cray.
So apparently, because what I heard was that Amy saw a locksmith go past her house. Apparently, she lives down the road from them. She saw a locksmith go past her house, and it made her think about it. Mm-hmm. And she showed up at the house when the locksmith was there and was like, knock, knock. And she was like, oh, hi. And she let her in.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, she must have been. She must have been so pissed when she showed up. No, just that she showed up and she was looking and lurking and keeping tabs.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, right.
So, Eric's sister Amy recalled that Eric said, if I die, it's her. Mm-hmm. So, okay. So this is fun. And you guys might know 3 or 4 of these. You might know all of them. But, I mean, it came out in court, all her Google searches that she had made while, throughout the whole thing, leading up to her being arrested. And check it out. Some of them I know we've heard, but maybe some you haven't. Luxury prisons for the rich in America.
Why would you think she gets that?
Yeah. And I'm gonna put a little bit of a Karen Reed spin on this next one. How long does life insurance companies take to pay?
How's long?
No, I'm adding the hows. She searched how long does life insurance companies take to pay, and I decided to phrase it like a Karen Reed statement. Okay. How long does life insurance? Does anybody get it? I'm sorry. All right. Can you delete everything on an old iCloud account? Can deleted text messages be retrieved? What information can be obtained from a cell phone? How to turn Find My Phone off? Can cops force you to do a lie detector test? I'm sorry, I'm laughing because these are so like, what an idiot she is. Right?
I mean, the first thing she should have Googled is, can cops retrieve Google searches? And if they say yes, stop searching right there. Just stop searching right there. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I just feel like
I love this next one. Like the next two, actually. When does the FBI get involved in a case? How about this one? When is it considered a lethal dose of fentanyl?
Wow.
What are you allowed inside Utah jails? So she's already like, well, if I go there, how comfortable can I make it? Like, what are you gonna get? Like, what are you gonna get? HBO Max and Netflix, sweetheart? I don't think it's gonna happen.
I want to know if I can bring my toothbrush, my special toothbrush.
Yeah. Am I allowed to bring my makeup case? All right. If someone is poisoned, what goes down on the death certificate? It's just so bad.
The drug. These are actually really good questions. We should probably look them up just so we can know.
You want me to Google search like she did?
I think it's a good idea. We should probably just do that in general another day. But
I could do that, but it doesn't take away the fact that these are Kouri Richins Google searches, and just the questions alone are like almost comical that she would look this up.
Absolutely. Can you put them as evidence? I mean, yeah, I guess you could use it. As
it is going to be used as a. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the next one. Death certificate says pending. Will life insurance pay?
Oh. The most important question.
I know. Can cops force you to do a lie detector test? So she went back to the lie detector test question again. Okay, two more. Oh, no, one more I've got. What is a lethal dose of fentanyl? Oh, wait. She did a couple.
She gave 5 times.
She did a couple more personal searches. She actually Googled asking what her own net worth was.
Oh, wow. What was it?
Then she looked for, I don't know. Who cares? She
It'd be
looked
0
at,
right now.
Ooh, ranches for sale in Tennessee and Montana. Don't be thinking about coming to my state, Kouri. She wanted to move here? All right. And then she Googled searching her husband's family ties to law enforcement in Summit County. Yeah. What do you guys think of that?
Sometimes money has skeletons in their closet,
Right. Yeah. Oh, we got Janine on. Thank you, Janine. We got 3 moderators on today. Thank you, guys. We love you so much.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet.
Okay, so now, a year after the death, okay? This is the part that everybody's like, what? She spent the majority of that year, instead of grieving, okay, she writes this children's book on grief as what she says is her way of grieving, called Are You With Me? About losing a father. I was able to look online. I saw a couple of the things that were in the I looked, not the comment. I went online and and they describe it a little bit in this interview. I'm just going to play the interview actually. Hold on a second. Let me pull that up. Go ahead.
The interview, I believe it was the same day the book was released. So the book was released March 7th, 1 year later. And,
yes. Yes.
Were you going to say anything about the book? Like what's in the book? Okay, I'll let you say.
It's about, she kind of explains it anyway, so I wanted to just play the interview.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I don't want to. Okay, there we go. Let me rewind it.
A comment after.
Yeah, comment. We'll comment and we'll look at this after. But it's funny. There's an interview with the 2 ladies that gave this interview to her that talk after they find out that she's full of crap. That she's a murderer Right? Okay, so all right, so let's play this right here, guys.
Parent, a sibling or friend, talking about loss with kids can be a tricky subject.
Joining us now is author of Are You With Me, Kouri Richins, to share her 3 C's to helping kids cope with grief. And Kouri, I want to start with your story. What happened in your personal life?
So my husband passed away unexpectedly last year. So it's March 4th was a 1-year anniversary for us, and he was 39. It completely took us all by shock. And we have 3 little boys, 10, 9, and 6. And my kids and I kind of wrote this book on the different emotions and grieving processes that we've experienced last year, and hoping that it can kind of help other kids deal with this and kind of find happiness some way or another,
And to make sense and process, I'm
Yes.
sure. And I'm
Yeah.
sure you felt that going through and trying to explain it and articulate it for you and your boys.
Yes, exactly. And so I've done, I'm new to all of this, so kind of doing all, research and reading books and things to try and understand, not only how to grieve as a widow, as a wife, but also, with my kids, how to help them understand what just happened. And what I have kind of found is, as I mentioned, it's kind of the 3 C's is how I visualize it, and it's, connection, continuity, and care. And it's, making sure connection is the major one, and making sure that their spirit is always alive in your home, and memories are always brought up, and doing things that your loved ones love to do, whether it's riding bikes or their favorite dinner, and just constantly, talking about them.
And Kouri, do you mention at dinner, here's Dad, or Dad would like this meal, or Dad
Yes.
would,
Yeah.
let's bring Dad on a bike ride?
Yeah, exactly. And it's, explaining to my kids, just because he's not present here with us physically, that doesn't mean his presence isn't here with us, and he's doing these things with us. And he's, here for birthdays, and he's here for Christmas, and, and it's just comforting to them to know that, they're not living this life alone. Like, Dad is still here, it's just in a different way, a different version.
Well, I opened up your book, and one of the first pages I saw is a little boy. It looks like he's standing in a hallway at school, and he's saying, "Are you still here?"
Yes, yeah, and it's, and that was like the first day of school, and, all the nerves that kids face on the first day of school with new, and just hoping, Dad, like, walk with me, like, help me get through today, like, give me the strength to do that. And it has found, it's been a lot of peace for my kids to, to really remember that in the back of their head, that they're never alone, so.
So you actually wrote this book with your children.
I did.
And it's only been a year. How did you process and say go from processing death to I need to write a book and help others?
I just watched the struggle that my kids were going through, and I actually, I went on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and trying to find something that we could use to cope at nights. Nights are the hardest, it seems like, for everybody when, dealing with anything, but I just wanted some story to read to my kids at night, and I just could not find anything. I couldn't find anything that really, suited them or helped them find comfort and peace, and so, I was like, let's just write one. And so, I took things that my kids have said to me this last year, and we kind of articulated it and put it into a story, and, just have hopes that it will help other kids.
Grief is not linear, and this sounds like it's a touchstone when you need it to come back to for you and your boys. So the first one you had mentioned was connection of the 3 C's, keeping the person's spirit alive. The second, continuity.
Yes, and that's, just making sure you're trying to stay, as much as you can on routine, and, whether that's sports or pick up and drop off from school, or community activities, just, trying to stay in a routine as much as possible.
And then the last C is care.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So, you know, on top of just loving your kids and hugging them and kissing them and, you know, extra cuddles and everything, I think it's important that I've learned to really affirm, you know, their feelings. When they're mad or they're sad, you know, it's just that affirmation of, I understand, like, that you are upset, you know, because of this. Like, let's talk about it, you know. And so I think really it's not, you know, it's the emotional and physical touch of it, but really letting your kids understand that you know why they're feeling the way that they are feeling, and it's okay, and let's deal with it and talk about it.
There's a promotion right now. Get a free copy of the book April 30th and May 1st through Amazon Kindle. You are an amazing woman and mom, and we thank you for being vulnerable and sharing this and touching the lives of others.
Thank you. I really appreciate being here. So,
Thank you, Kouri.
guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, pretty. Let me say this. I noticed already people are commenting about the coat. Okay. And these two women that interviewed her also made note of the coat. And before I even knew they made note of the coat, I want you guys to know that when I saw the interview, I thought, stay a while. Why you have the coat on? It makes no sense. It almost feels like the women are looking at her like all like, okay. Like, it's like, they have like this deer in headlights look, because it looks like she's like gonna like bolt at any moment because she's got this coat on.
No, I just felt like, are you cold? Is it cold in there? I mean, the one woman was wearing a sweater dress, so maybe it was wintertime. I don't even know, but
I don't know. I just think it's weird that you would be in an interview and you look like you're about to go on a hike, and
yes, she did.
That's really, really strange. And the other thing is, it's just absolutely sickening now that we know what we know about her, that she's sitting there. I think she knew this family, that Eric Richins' family was totally against her, and she was doing everything she could to make herself look as great as possible, as favorable as a mother as possible. And she used the death and the loss that the kids are going through as this front. And the whole book was perfect. It was perfect for her to come out with this book.
I mean, plus it's been a year. I mean, obviously it takes longer than that to put the book together, but you know, it's been a year also. So I bet she was probably feeling like it can't hurt. You know, like I mean, if they didn't arrest me now, why would they arrest me? They have nothing on me. You know, it's been a year. So I think she was probably thinking she was sitting pretty. So,
and really conniving to write the book, considering everything you've been hiding, all the money you've stolen. Yeah, killed your husband. It's so obvious. You know, it's just, and then to come out like, oh, I'm this great mother and helping my children through it and all, and he's always with us and all that, like trying to like calm the storm and take away the attention off of her. Another thing that Wendy does really well. Wendy wrote a book, guys. Wendy Adelson wrote a book, and yeah, it's different.
But before, right? Before
it does. I'm just saying, she wrote a book. It wasn't. Both of them are narcissistic in nature. They're not the same stories. It's not the same context. But you know, Wendy's writing a book, trying to say, which is the biggest lie, that it had nothing to do with Dan and her marriage, and it's just so blatantly obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
With this girl, it's almost like just a front to make everybody think, you know, I'm this great mother, and there's no way, even though everybody's investigating her right now, and it's almost like an insult to his family that she would even come out with this book.
Well,
it's like,
I mean, plus I kind of feel really, there was somebody else who commented, that what you put up on the screen, it's upsetting for the kids as they get older, because they probably look at this book like, oh my God, I mean, first of all, she's not guilty until she's deemed guilty, right? So you're innocent until proven guilty, right? So the fact is that regardless, you know, she's put this book together with her kids, and now her kids know that mommy's in jail. Because, I mean, do they know that she's being accused? I mean, how's the 10-year-old at that time, who was in 23, 24, 25. So now the kid is 12. You're going to tell me he doesn't know his mom is in jail for possibly killing his father? Like, how does that make him, like, you know, his whole psyche about knowing that his mom helped to write this book, but yet she's the killer? Like, that's
Yeah.
That's
how
deep.
about the and I know I keep going back to them because that seems to be what I talk about the most, but like the Markel kids, it's the same thing. Like they're seeing their grandmother be put away, their Uncle Charlie's put away, mom is under the radar. I mean, it's, what these kids go through, completely selfless acts on behalf of these parents. They don't care about anything else but money, and you murder your husband. Did you even think twice of what that was going to do to his children? You know what I mean? It's just important to point it out because at the end of the day, the ones who suffer the most are the children of these kinds of relationships where a spouse murders another spouse. It's just, it's horrible.
Apparently that was one of the reasons why Eric stayed in the marriage because of the children. He was going to make it work. So.
Yeah. Okay, so on March 2023, she was arrested for aggravated murder and drug distribution. Okay, and then let's see. So Amy came forward on the hearing and testified about the insurance, property fights, and her fear for the children's lives because she took the insurance policy out on those kids.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
That's what screwed her. She might have actually gotten bond because I don't think she had a criminal history other than financial crimes.
Right.
So the fact that the judge is presented with, she's got life insurance out on these two kids. Bye-bye. You're not gonna await trial in the comfort of your home. It's not happening. Okay, then there's a family spokesman for Eric's family. His name is Greg Skordas. Just keep his name in mind. But the judge did say, he actually outright said that he felt that she was a danger to society and her kids, and that's why he detained her. So while she's in jail, and I'm sure everybody's heard about this, while she's in jail, she writes this letter, okay, called the Walk the Dog letter, okay? Now, it happened because... Okay, so Kouri was on these medications, and I tried to search what she was taking medication for. Okay. I couldn't get to the bottom, or at least get a fact-based confirmation of why she was taking these medications. But she was claiming that they were giving her wrong medication for whatever medical issues she was having. And as a result of that, she was having seizures while she was in jail. So because of that, the guards went and searched her jail cell, and that's where they found this 6-page Walk the Dog letter. Okay. It's addressed...
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
It's addressed to her mother, Lisa, asking her... The letter is asking Lisa to involve her brother, Ronnie Darden, and possibly DJ Darden, instructing them to corroborate a false story that Eric had an altercation while in Mexico with a hunting guide tied to the cartel, implying that is how he obtained fentanyl into his system.
Right.
Go ahead.
Wasn't the envelope addressed to her lawyer? Isn't that how, I could have sworn she said that it was to her lawyer.
I don't have that. I didn't write that down if I missed it or not, but
and something about something like to her lawyer to be given to my mother or something like that. So because apparently if you have stuff for your lawyer, it's considered private, and I think that's why she did. Because who would write a letter and leave it in their cell? I mean,
yes,
you're allowed. They're allowed to look at your cell anytime, any day.
Exactly, and it becomes a part of this proceeding in this motion where they talk about it being like attorney-client privileged information. But so she literally scripted what she wanted her brother to say, and telling her mother this in this letter, and titles it "Walk the Dog," and then at the very end of the letter says with exclamation points, "Don't forget to walk the dog." So it's subliminally saying, walk the dog to me means I got a task for you. This is the task you have to do. And the code word for that task is you need to walk the dog. And then she proceeds with, in her letter, and I don't know if anybody else has thought this, or maybe somebody else said it, or it's in the news. I didn't. That's what I'm coming up with. So if I happen to nail it, then that's great.
But I like the analogy.
Walk the dog And maybe between mom and daughter, that's something that has been said in the past. Make sure you walk the dog, kind of a thing.
Right. And then to something else, right?
Yeah, and then the demands or requests are in the letter that she wants her mom to carry this out, and then at the very end says, "Don't forget to walk the dog." So to me, it's a code phrase. And then also, it suggests in the letter to have photos of Eric's sister, Katie's children to get leaked to the press so that it would intimidate the sister. So she's telling her in the letter, she's telling her mom in the letter, somehow find a way to leak photos of Katie's kids. So that'll scare her, freak her out a little bit, whatever. So I thought that was like, okay. So anyway, now after Eric's death, no, I already talked about that, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so there was also a switcheroo of attorneys at some point. There was Sky Lazaro. This is interesting. This was the original attorney on the case. He withdrew, citing irreconcilable differences from Kouri because he said she allegedly insulted. Sorry, not assaulted. Yeah, okay. Assaulted Sky and called her a dumb biatch.
Insulted Sky?
Insulted. I almost said assaulted. I'm sorry, guys.
Insulted Sky.
Yes. The original attorney is Sky Lazaro.
Okay.
And Kouri allegedly insulted her, calling her a dumb biatch. And I'm not saying it the original way because I don't like cursing. But anyway, you guys know what I mean.
I think that was the reason that now that you said that, I forgot that she had switched attorneys, but I think that's the reason why they were allowed to use the evidence because at the moment she didn't have an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're
she was her attorney. She's the original attorney.
But then she dismissed her as an attorney, and she didn't have another attorney right away.
Well, no, she withdrew.
Oh, she withdrew.
Sky Lazaro withdrew after Kouri was like insulting her and like verbally abusing her. Right. So she insulted.
But that means she had to find another lawyer.
Of course.
She withdrew. Right. So I think when they found the papers was that in between spot. So she didn't have a lawyer.
Oh, you're saying the walk the dog letter happened in between that? That I don't know. I don't.
Because I'm thinking that's what happened because I'm pretty sure the file said for the lawyer. Whatever. And it was one of those like, well, they should have never looked for it because it said to a lawyer. And now they're just using this little detail that she didn't really have a lawyer at the time, that it really is now considered regular property, personal property.
I wonder what happened to make her call her a dumb biatch. And I'm saying this because I'm thinking to myself, she probably was realizing your case sucks. There's so much evidence against you. And then she probably was like, speculating, guys, but she probably was like, come on, you got to give me something because this case is looking really bad for you. And you're going down and you need to give me something. And she probably just said, you're a dumb biatch.
I mean, I bet she was probably hard to handle. It
takes a certain kind of person to do the things that this girl did. You know what I mean?
I mean, she writes this letter about walking the dog. She's very specific on what she wants her brother to say and do. And she's like, and at the end of the letter, didn't she say something like, we got this, you can do it, and it's like, and so it's very controlling. So
it is.
She just seems like so anybody who's controlling in that mannerism, it's difficult. They're difficult.
So then she gets new attorneys, Kathy Nestor. She takes over and she handles the preliminary hearing. And then on that hearing, Detective Jeff O'Driscoll, he testified as lead investigator. Okay. So the judge finds probable cause based on the timeline of the fentanyl buys with Carmen, Eric's prior near-death incidents, Kouri's searches. There you go. The Google searches are included, just in case you were wondering. Insurance and financial motive, and then consciousness of guilt actions like the home purchase, trying to break in with the locksmith, all that. And then the defense argues no cup testing, informant inconsistencies, and a weak chain of custody. Doesn't sound like they got much at all, does it? Anyway, he rules the case to go to trial. The current status is that Kouri is detained pre-trial. The family is strongly against her ever trying to make a plea deal. So, and as we all know, like with the Kohberger case, it would be nice if the prosecution of any case can consider the victim's family on what they want when it comes to plea deals.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they don't have to, everybody.
Correct. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. And there are some out there that are like, you know what, I'm going to do what the family wants. And there's some that's like, I'm going to do what's best for the case. And that might just be taking a plea deal so we can at least get them some time behind bars, you know?
Right.
All right, so her trial...
For the defense, it's not as personal, obviously, right? So they can have a more, outside looking in. With this new case, that she's asking to go on bail because the original...
Well, I had a little more. I wanted to go into Carmen and Robert Crozer a little bit and then get to that latest news. Just so I can say I covered it, guys. I just wanted to be able to say I covered it so that I don't have to ever do that again. And I can just go dive into deeper things because that's what I like to do. But, okay, so I just want to be able to cover who Carmen and Robert is. Okay, so Robert has been described by prosecutors as a drug dealer who allegedly supplied drugs to Carmen Lauber, the housekeeper. The state's original theory is that Crozer provided fentanyl to Lauber, who then passes it on to Kouri. Okay, now let me just go into his history. He has prior drug-related convictions. Let's see.
What's his full name? Do we know his full name?
Krauser? Robert Crozier. Robert.
Okay.
That's what I said. Robert Crozier. Okay. So, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. 1 second.
So one thing I wanted to bring up real quick was the handyman, William Hayden Jeffs. He was questioned to see if his involvement and whatnot. He had said that Kouri did ask him for fentanyl. And he said...
Say that again. Go back. What?
Okay. So this it's Kouri's handyman. His name is William Hayden Jeffs.
Okay.
So he was questioned by the police asking if he provided drugs for Kouri. And he said that she did ask, and he was able to prove it in a text message.
Yes.
And he was supposed to be part of this case, but he died. He died on a motorcycle accident.
She had actually asked, I think, 2 or 3 different people. She was asking around, so it wasn't just, and then the housekeeper was the only one who took the bait, right?
Right.
So, yeah, definitely. But he's no longer here now. Okay, so, all right. So
but they have the text messages.
Yeah.
I mean, they
have the text messages that they're going to use for the trial, right?
Right.
And which is still good. It's good,
And
I
his interview.
know he's not here.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'm sorry. So Carmen Lauber, the housekeeper, she has prior drug-related convictions. Okay, she was convicted in 2021 on charges of drug possession with intent to distribute and drug possession. And in those cases, she agreed to terms rather than serving full sentences. So she's going to be one of those witnesses, guys, where like they're going to pull her apart and they're going to show that she's not as credible because she's a drug addict who had a motivation to lie if she wanted to, right? So
absolutely.
I hate those kind of witnesses, especially when you have such a great case like this, but they need her. They're going to need her because, they have to prove where the drug came from and how it got in her hands and how it got to Eric. So,
I mean, you have to get the drugs from somebody, right? And
yeah,
that's just it is. And I think jurors will understand that. I mean, it's not going to be the most.
Yeah.
I think this particular person is definitely reasonable in believing than somebody who's there to say, like, who was against Donna.
Right.
like those jurors, because they had so much against them.
Yeah. So, okay, almost through with this part, and then I think you had something you wanted to say, and then we'll take comments and questions. But okay, so prosecutors allege that Carmen Lauber, she sold Kouri up to 90 of the blue-green fentanyl pills on multiple occasions. They linked Lauber and Kouri via the text messages from March 2022, the period right when Eric died. Okay. In the investigation filings, Carmen is said to have admitted to police supplying Kouri with 15 to 30 fentanyl pills on 2 separate occasions in early 2022, at around $900 per transaction, with delivery via drop-offs. She later admitted that Kouri asked for, quote, needing more, need something stronger. And then she was not charged in connection with his death. We all know that, which she's obviously cooperating for some help, right? She's trying to, for all her other stuff. But investigators were tracking her at some point. And she is reported to have been offered a letter of immunity from the U.S. Attorney's Office. So she might be shielded from prosecution in return for her testimony. So again, like what we were saying before, that's not always great, but can the jury see past that? So the defense is challenging her role, arguing that the prosecutor's case where Richins obtained fentanyl through Lauber is undermined by new affidavits from a supplier, Robert Crozier, which is going to lead me to the news in a minute. In defense motions filed in 2025, Richins' attorney asserted that Lauber might not actually have possessed fentanyl, or that claim is not proven. So what's crazy is that he at one point said that he supplied and is now recanting as of yesterday. So to be more specific with you all,
excuse me,
he's changing his story. And did you need to say something? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I heard that he told the police that he recanted what he said previously back in April. Mm-hmm. And it was the defense just going over the discovery and just called him in to interview.
Yeah, I was just gonna explain all that.
Well, you just said he recanted yesterday. He didn't recant yesterday. He recanted back in April, and that's in the paperwork.
Well, it's making the news yesterday. Obviously, they haven't released it. So, but yes, I have May 2023.
Okay.
And I do have later in April as well. Okay, let me just get through it. So, Crozier stated that he did not sell fentanyl to Lauber, but instead sold her OxyContin on 2 occasions in early 2022. And then he claims when he was first interviewed by Summit County Sheriff detectives in May 2023 that he was in jail and detoxing. Therefore, he had a limited memory and was considered, quote unquote, out of it. And then in later April 2025, he was interviewed by the Summit County Attorney's Office, and at that time, he reportedly told them that he was sober for 3 months and that he had only sold OxyContin, not fentanyl. So he was asked multiple times whether he was certain that he sold only OxyContin, and he affirmed yes in his affidavit. So that's a big problem for her. Big.
Why?
It's a bombshell.
Why is it a problem for her? It's good for her.
How do you see it as good for her?
Because it doesn't tie her with fentanyl.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I got confused. Okay, so yeah, her defense is arguing that Crozier's retraction is evidence favorable to the defendant. Yes. I'm sorry. I got really confused for a second. But yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean.
And it's a bombshell.
Like, okay, listen. It is a bombshell. But the fact is like there's so much other stuff.
Oh, nothing's going to change my mind about her guilt. There's no way. I mean, there is just the Google searches alone. I mean, and all the spending and.
This is just her getting out of jail prior to trial. So whatever, that's fine.
Yeah. So anyway,
I would
whether
say
his ring.
okay. I would say okay, but take off the insurance policy off the kids, or make a different beneficiary.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then she can come out.
How are you guys
You know what I
doing?
mean?
Let's see.
Oh,
I love this one. This is the only case I know of where you don't have to be concerned about one juror not agreeing. Let's see.
although they're saying that her defense is going to be like people who do flip houses. This is how, like, they're going to say her defense is going to be like, this is the, regular everyday production when selling houses. It's not so far-fetched to be under for a couple of weeks until you sell the property and stuff like that.
So when you flip houses and you purchase a home, you go into debt terribly because you're buying whatever, you're remodeling and you're doing all sorts of stuff. So it is not uncommon to have your finances look like they're in the gutter until you sell. But if I'm not mistaken, she was doing 2-3 houses at a time. So one should have been replenishing the other. But I don't know why she had a negative bank account. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. Code words, just like Wendy's television, walk the dog. Yep.
Oh, that's a good one.
Let's see. You guys got any questions for Jocelyn or I? I'm going to definitely do a little more diving into this. I want to dive into the Richins family a little more.
You know what the book that she put out? She actually used her kids' names. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Like parents or mothers, or situations like that, I would assume you'd want to protect your kids as much as possible. Any information I wouldn't want leaked out, but maybe she thought, well, their names are leaked anyway. I can't take it back, so might as well honor them with this book by using their names. I mean, I could see that too, but I mean, I didn't know their names. All I have to do is look in that book.
Yeah. What do you guys think of that? The fact that she used her names.
Yeah, I just thought that was a little. Oh,
is it an honor to have their names used, or is it, irresponsible for a mother to use such young kids' names in a book like that?
And to know, like, now this book is tied with them.
Right.
Oh, isn't that the book where your mom killed? Yeah. Or your mom is up for.
So the trial, I have it starting in February of 2026. So, and then I have, 2026 in February, I believe. But it gives me a nice bit of time to I would just want to dive in some more because I really do think that this is going to be a very highly profiled trial when it comes on. I think it's going to be a big deal. I also think Courtney Clenny's trial is going to be really big. So I'm looking forward to both of those.
Yeah. I would love to see you do a deep dive on his family.
I'm going to definitely
that's going to be a good one.
Because listen, nothing's going to change the fact that she's guilty, but maybe they are. Maybe, you never know what you might find when you look in. To things a little more.
Oh, so I wanted to talk about her boyfriend, her Palomar, her side piece.
Oh, right. Okay, so she's got a side piece she was cheating with, and it was like a text message. All right, you do that. You talk. Give me the dirt. Give me the dirt. You looked into it? Okay.
Yeah, I only know a little bit. I just know his name was Robert Joshua Grossman. They were dating before, during, and after Eric's death. So,
how far before?
I don't know specifically, but it was sometime. Do you know?
No.
No, okay.
No, I
So
don't know much about the lover, so go ahead and give
Okay.
it to me. I want to hear all
Other
the
than-
details.
Yeah. Other than they were together for some time before, and she texted him. I believe he died on a Thursday. Did he die on a Thursday?
Is there a picture of him anywhere, by the way? What's his name?
No. Robert Joshua Grossman.
sorry.
From Utah's
Robert.
Joshua Grossman.
Okay.
So
Go
anyway,
ahead.
so she texted him earlier in the week. Apparently he was, under distress and not having a good day at work. And she was like, she's like, don't worry, baby. It's just going to be you and I.
I heard a little of this, yeah.
Yeah. And just give me some time Friday, I promise. Or something like that. She texts him. And of course, he was mum's the word when after the death he didn't say anything, but apparently now recently he's cooperating about what I don't know.
Do you know anything about him?
No.
Is he a doctor?
I don't know. Did you find out he was?
I don't know. I need to. What is it? Robert Joshua Grossman? Oh,
Robert Joshua Grossman, yeah. And also, I know that when it was here, I have it right. Oh, so on the night of Eric's death, she sends him a picture of two people kissing.
what people? Just a random picture of two people kissing.
People kissing, and underneath writes "Love you." And I'm sorry, he sends it, and then she responds with a.
Is this him? I think I found him. And if this is him, oh my gosh.
And she sends him back a kissing emoji.
I hope this isn't him. Guys.
Why? No, don't tell me he's bad. Don't you ever notice that? People who cheat on their husbands. I always said to Tony, I always said to my husband, listen, if you're going to cheat on me,
at least pick a
hot. Yeah, she better be awesome. You know what I mean? When I'd be okay,
she
babe,
better be gorgeous, right? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. This is him.
Well, actually, he kind of looks similar to Eric. I mean,
No, Eric blows him away.
Oh, totally. But it's the same fashion. You know what I mean? Same blonde hair, blue eyes kind of guy.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I don't get it. I don't see that.
No, Eric is definitely better.
What?
But
All right, hold on. Let me see what else it says on him. You guys all seen that picture before? I'm looking to see. Okay. I mean, okay, Tom Mann wanted to start a new life with handyman Robert. The handyman was her lover.
No, the first handyman is the one that she tried to get money from. I mean, not money, drugs from.
Honey, I'm just going to show you the article.
No, I know he's a handyman too, but I'm saying the handyman that she contacted was also another handyman of hers, and his name was William. But he died, so he passed away.
Wait a minute. Hold on. All right, this is the article I got in front of me, okay? All right.
Right.
Moscow Mule killer Kouri Richins' lover unmasked. Utah author wanted to start a new life with handyman Robert Grossman, who ended up homeless after she evicted him. In a new court filing seen by Daily Mail, this is Daily Mail though. Daily Mail is crap news, but maybe it's true. I don't know. Hold on, let me see.
I heard all that.
You did? Okay.
Yeah,
hold on. There he is.
You did find him.
What?
You did really find him. Yeah.
I did.
It's really him. Yeah. Wait, hey, go back, actually. Scroll down again. See how they look alike? They kind of look alike. They have the same
No, they
look.
don't look alike.
Those two men, they have the same. Listen, it's not like he has dark hair. He's not Latino and then a white dude. They're definitely similar in characteristics.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, Richard goes. He's one of our moderators. Richard says she likes guys that are good with tools. Hey, man, let me tell you something. No offense, but in this day and age, a lot of the men are pansies today, right? You need a good man, ladies. A man who could change a tire. A man who knows how to use a hammer and a wrench. I mean, Nowadays, they're like, people are just like, huh? I don't know how to do that. Let's call somebody and hire somebody to help me change my tire. I told my daughters, I'm like, you're not marrying a pansy. You're not doing it. He needs to know how to change your oil, change your tire, hang a picture frame. How about hang a picture frame?
Yeah, or draperies. And on a stud, you know.
Yeah,
that's not like, you know.
Yeah,
right. Or have the correct drywall screws. But you know, I told Olivia told me that she's the same way. She's like, he has to learn how to. He has to make sure he can change the tire. He has to do my oil. Yeah, she has her own little wish list. But I'm like,
yeah, dude, I have a. I'm not. I hope
Good
my
luck
neighbors.
finding one.
I hope my neighbor's not watching right now. I have a lot of neighbors, so I won't be calling them out, but. I have a neighbor that I feel so bad for his wife because he doesn't know how to do anything. And he calls my husband for everything. He called my husband to hang his flat screen TV. He called my husband to fix his toilet. Oh my God. I'm like,
did he teach him? I mean, did your husband teach him at least how to do it?
Oh, my husband always teaches people. Like as he's doing things. Always. Right, but like good. I mean, really? I mean, that's like, how do you know? And I know for a fact that this couple hired a company to come in and hang all their pictures.
Wow. Well, like, they obviously have the money.
You know, stud finder, you know, anchors. You could do it. You could do it. Now, I can't do it, but I at least know how, kind of, from watching.
You could do it.
No, because I have a husband that does all that stuff.
I know.
You're right, Harley. Very good point. And let me tell you something.
Yeah, true.
My husband he put my 12-year-old female, slid her under the car. And then he also, you're going to love this, guys. He showed my 12-year-old how to bleed the brakes. I'm telling you, the guys are going to write back in a second and go, no way.
Yeah.
No, he was teaching her how to bleed the brakes with him, and he was on like doing something, and she was in the car, and he was helping her. And I'm not kidding you, like he does. But still, even though he wants our girls to know how to do stuff, he wants a guy that is a man, that's a real man. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna
right.
You know,
do it
and
too.
That's how we're raising our girls. None of this stupid, you know, hybrid car drivers with the I don't even get me started. Yeah, but girls need to know how to do things too. They do, you know, just in case you ever need to. Anyway, we got off on a tangent, but yeah, all right, any more dirt? Any more dirt on this Grossman guy?
That's all I know. That's all I know. They're not together anymore.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Richard goes, what? My wife is a stud finder. Get it? Stud.
Oh, how cute. Yeah.
You must be so cute, Richard. Yeah, YouTube is amazing. Amazing. You can learn anything. I mean, that's how easy they make it for you now.
Sometimes I wonder, like, I'm so grateful for people to post videos, and it could be something so like either A, random, or B, takes forever to do. Like the fact that you're posting how to do that, I'm like so grateful to them. I'm so grateful because some of these people who post it, they're not, I mean, you're like, oh, they're getting money for doing it. But some people just, no, they didn't at that point in their careers. You know, you have to get to a certain point, right, to do that. But wow.
Yeah, and like if you have like a dryer, like an old dated dryer, a Whirlpool, that model, you can't get it anymore. You just look it up on YouTube, the model and everything.
And somebody posts a video. Like they really will post a video, and they're just like amazed.
They're like, "Hello, do you have the Whirlpool dryer XX5321 whatever? If the switcher is broken, this is what you do." And then you hold open the door, and then you're like, "Okay, well, all right." So like that's all you need. That's all you need. And there's somebody out there doing it all. My husband watches like reloaders, gun reloaders. He makes his own bullets. He, you know,
wow.
He's a guitar player, and he would YouTube when he wanted to learn how to craft his own guitar. Like he actually bought a kit once where he could actually make his own guitar.
Wow.
and put the lacquer on, and he made it all cool and everything. It was really awesome. It's just, you could do anything with YouTube, anything at all. It's just unbelievable.
That's a good Father's Day gift. Did you give it to him, or he?
No, my
he would have
husband,
known.
he buys everything himself. He's one of these guys that if he wants it, he goes and gets it. And then I'm left with the crappy teddy bear and a box of chocolates because he's the guy who has everything and I don't know what to get him. Right. I don't know what to get him. So yeah, it's hard. But anyway, hardest.
You can give him coupons.
Right.
Love
Well,
coupons.
I will say this. It would be very useful. I want to announce something about you and I, but I can't say it. But that would be something I'd want to do on the other thing that we're talking about. But I don't want to announce it. Should I not announce it? Should I say anything about it?
I say. I mean, I don't think it's a problem.
All right. I'm going to say something on here right now. It's not, it's not happening yet. But Jocelyn and I, we want to do a kind of a separate talk show kind of thing where we talk about our favorite things, and what's it like to be us at our age and raising kids and all that. And that would be something that's an episode in itself, right? How many women are I don't know what to get my husband for birthday or Christmas. It's so hard to find something like that. And we would come up with an episode on we would show the top 10 things that you could get that is unique for your husband because it is so hard to buy for them. It really is, you know what I mean? But I've had people ask me what skincare I'm using when I mentioned the Abilene the other day, and I'm giving that out. Or my favorite seasoning on chicken, or what's it like to send your kids to college. And we just want to do another, it will not take away from everything else that I'm doing here. It's just we'd have me and Jocelyn. I just think we would be really great together at that. And I'm not teasing anymore, Harley. I'm telling you. He's stop teasing. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, it's just gonna be a nice casual let's just talk about.
But we're gonna offer
events. It's almost our viewpoints on situations.
Yes.
And fun stuff,
And we're going to still talk about, if there's a case that's true crime that's really big, let's say Karen Reed was still going on right now. I know everybody was talking about Karen Reed. We might mention it for 5 or 10 minutes, maybe longer, but it would be kind of it doesn't matter. Whatever we feel like talking about. She came on the show once with her face glistening because she had just gotten home from having a vampire facial. And I'm like, what the heck is a vampire facial? And I wanted to talk about it, but we were a true crime podcast. And I was like, okay, we're not going to talk about the darn vampire facial. But she literally was living proof for everyone to see what was going on with her face at that moment. And I was like, we need to do that. We need to have it. It'll be like The View, but better because I hate the people on The View. They're crap.
Okay, that's your view.
I don't like,
and that's your view.
That's my view. That's not your view. It's my view. I do not like Whoopi Goldberg. I don't like, who's the other lady that's on there?
Joy Behar.
You love her?
No, I can't stand her.
Okay, I can't stand any of them. Name one that's good.
Honestly, The View was really good. It had a good day when Barbara was on it, and in the beginning when they first aired, they were definitely very even. I don't think that right now you go on The View and it's just so liberal focused that you might as well just call it Democrats' view. The View is supposed to be the viewpoints of all, and it's not. And it used to be, though. I have to say, it used to be, and unfortunately, it's not anymore. But at least that's my view.
Yeah, that's your view. I just don't like their BS. I really don't. And I just want to the other day, I have this secret seasoning that I don't even think you know about that nobody ever, when they hear about, they're like, what'd you put on this pasta? And I'm and I tell them, and they're like, I've never heard of that in my life. And I'm like, I could share it. I could hold the box up. I could share and say, this is what I use it for. And then people can come back to us and let us know what they thought about it. And I'm not talking about a channel to make money off of or make, my Abilene was $9. And I tell everyone in the world, go get a thing of Abilene. It's all you need. It's $9. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that kind of stuff. And I just want to chit chat and no pun intended. I just want to chit chat Hint, hint. And we're going to do it really soon. We're going to launch it, and I hope you guys will be down. And then there's not so much pressure because the true crime people that don't like when we go off on those little tangents, they'll be like, okay, I'm here for the true crime story, ladies. I'm not here to find out what night cream you're using.
Yeah, and we can just say that for that.
Right. But I want it to be for the guys too. Like I want to talk about like our husbands and help guys out with like the things that are important and, you know, to women and all that, you know, we'll see. All right. Anyway, I love you guys. We're going to wrap it up. I'll be back in with some more deep dives on Kouri and Jocelyn. I'll be back on next Friday. Oh, my daughter's home from college on Friday, and I'm driving her.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, so exciting.
So yes, yes.
Then maybe the following Monday.
No,
Not
she's
this
still
Friday,
here.
maybe?
She's still here.
Okay.
So it'll have to be 2 weeks from today. Janine said, will it be a separate channel name? Yes, it'll be a separate channel name. And I will, for a while, for the people interested, I will start diverting some people to go ahead, if they're interested, to go ahead and subscribe. But it's going to be cool. And I'm so excited. And I'll need moderators on there too. So if you're interested. But all right. So that's it for tonight. Kouri Richins. I can't wait to watch her sink to the bottom of the ocean.
February. You got to wait until February.
I know, but you know what?
Listen,
There's going to be stuff in the news about her until then, because stuff always happens with emotions.
Right.
You know,
we can always do quick updates the following. They should, come to fruition. So, all right. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Before we go.
Oh,
okay.
what?
All right. So it's
Chit-chat is the name. Mom's at Chit-chat.
That's so funny. I can't wait to tell you what the name is, Richard, because then you're going to be like, oh, you know what? I'll email you because I have them on an email group for the moderators. So I'll tell you because I don't want anybody to take it yet, our name. So.
Oh, because it's not official. That makes sense. I'm thinking like, why not just say it? But all right, that makes sense. Okay.
Well, because until I get it up, Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. We so appreciate you.
Love you too, Carolyn.
Love you, girl. Bye.
Bye.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the hosts and guests. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.